has learned after all these years that big girls do cry. Robbie Robinson.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Jammin' Java, and welcome to August. August is upon us, huh? We just had a wild and woolly weekend. Let's see if I'm missing something here. I'm not sure what. I flew in this afternoon to L.A., and, of course, by the time I got here, and it was late, close, and I took a quick power nap, and got everything rocking and rolling, ready to roll here with Jammin' Java. Looking forward to another night, hanging out with all my friends and my buddies, and here on Jammin' Java. Got a bunch of cool stuff. We'll talk about this weekend, and we'll talk about who knows what. I see a light needs to be turned on. Maybe I'll do that while Pastor Chuck is praying. So, hello everybody out there. Let me just see here. I'm gonna do something. Make a couple machinations here so I can see who's out there. It's not that one. Let's see. This has got to go down. Bear with me just a second. That goes here. Okay, good. And that goes there. Now I can see who comes in. Okay, I see George 1960. Ha. Thanks, George. Man, I've really seen some really cool posts that you've put out there. A bunch of cool Four Seasons videos and posts and stuff. Bob Sneed, my buddy from Litchfield. And, yeah, good evening to you, George. Larry Vasaki from Cleveland is holding up to Cleveland's place in Jammin' Java. Everybody doing well. St. Louis in the house, Pete Lauschus. Boy, that's one of the cool things about Jammin' Java is that you can actually connect with people all over the world, literally. And Dominic, my buddy Dominic from who I had a chance to talk with a little bit in Atlantic City. That was fun. Fun to see you, Dominic, and it was fun to be in Atlantic City. Matter of fact, we're going to relive some of those Atlantic City moments. I've got a bunch of cool stuff here. But let's get started with Pastor Chuck, who is back after a week vacation or whatever he was doing. I don't know. Take it away, Pastor Chuck.
Well, good evening, everyone. As they said in the movies, I'm back. For whether that's good or ill, who knows. I hope you've had a great day, and it's difficult to believe this is August 1st, isn't it? I'd like to share a thought with you, or some thoughts with you, based on Psalm 100, which was one of the assigned lessons for yesterday. The psalmist writes this: "Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come into his presence with singing. Know that the Lord, he is God. It is he who made us, and we are his. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him, bless his name, for the Lord is good. His steadfast love endures forever, and his faithfulness to all generations." I have a little bit of difficulty imagining what making a joyful noise to the Lord would sound like if the whole earth participated in it. Maybe we can get a little bit closer or better understanding if you think about a sports event that you've been to, or maybe a concert or something. Obviously a Frankie Valli concert, right? The response of the approval of the audience, especially in some of the venues that you can go to, can be overwhelming. If you have 100,000 people sitting at a football game watching that game, when something good happens, the noise can be deafening, even painful. But I don't think any of us goes to an event like that expecting to be bored, right? We expect to be entertained. We expect it to be exciting and fun. So here's one of the questions I'd like to lay before us this evening for all of us to think about is, what if we went to worship with that kind of expectation? What if we went with gladness, as the psalmist says, or if we came into his presence with singing? Now, some of you are like me, probably, that it takes maybe a second or third cup of coffee before you really get awake in the morning. Let's be honest, there are times in our lives when things are going on that weigh us down and our expectations are lowered. Maybe we're just going through the motions of things. There are times when we have to face the uncertainties of life about things, maybe our health or maybe our financial situation. There are times when we struggle with our relationships. And to be honest with you, there have been times in my life when I have felt like making a joyful noise to the Lord was the last thing I wanted to do. And why was that? Because I was concerned about myself. My focus was on me, on my problems, on my feelings about things. Someone once said, you're either in a set of problems or you have just come out of them, or you're about to head into the next set of problems. And it's so easy to get negative, isn't it? It's so easy to have our mood shift just so quickly. So the psalmist reminds us that this is one thing that we need to do, to focus on. The Lord is good, his steadfast love endures forever, and his faithfulness to all generations. You know, my perspective has changed an awful lot since I was 17. Well, whose hasn't, right? When I was 17, I didn't have any experience in life to fall back on, but I certainly had all the answers. I think most of us are like that. Some 60 years later, I have a lot of experience to fall back on, but I'm still trying to find out what all the questions are. One of the things that I have seen, as the psalmist says over and over again, is the truth of his words. When he writes, "The Lord is good, his steadfast love endures forever, and his faithfulness to all generations." You know, there's an old gospel hymn which says, "Count your blessings." It's the name of it. And of course, that's written throughout the hymn as it is. And I have to be honest with you, I can't. I can't count all my blessings. There's too many of them. The Lord has been so good to me, and he has richly blessed me that I can't name all of them. I suspect that if I started making a list, I'd get to a point, I'll probably get writer's cramp to begin with, but I'd probably get to a point where I think that I have named them all, only to discover that, no, I can think of a few more. Just to give you an example, 3 months ago, I was concerned because there was a real possibility that I would lose the vision in this left eye. One of the things about diabetes is sometimes you have things that happen very easily that they don't happen with other people, such as I had a torn retina, and last week the eye doctor told me it was shredded. He had a lot of repair work to do in it. Today it's at the point where I can see through it. It's unfocused, but I can see through it. I can pick up some details and stuff. I told somebody in church yesterday, it's kind of like when you look, maybe you look in a mirror and there's half of it's foggy and the other half is clear. That's kind of what it's like. I can see through it, but as I said, it's kind of dimly. The point is that even in the hard times, God has been good to me. His goodness has shown to me. His love has endured to me, even in my failure. He's always been faithful to me. And it seems like those are great reasons. I think all of us have been there. Great reasons for us to enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise, to give him thanks and to bless his name. Not everything works out in life as I would like it to, and sometimes I discover that's a very good thing because God is in control and he has only my best in mind. He made us, right? We are his. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture, and his steadfast love does endure forever, and he is faithful to all generations. Let's pray. Father in heaven, we get focused on many things in this life that shift our attention to ourselves and away from you. We allow those things to distract us, to help us to forget your faithfulness to all generations and your love, which does endure forever, even in the dark times of life. Give us a greater awareness of the blessings you have so richly showered down upon us. Seldom do we understand everything that we're going through, Father, but you know the path that lies before us. You can see through the darkness that sometimes seems to engulf us. And when we are weak, you carry us. Not because we are so wonderful or worthy of it, but because you love us. Because you have made us. Because we are your own. Because you are faithful. So speak to our hearts this evening. Help us to remember your goodness, which lasts to all generations. And help us to enter your gates with thanksgiving and your courts with praise. Pour out blessings on those that we name before you in our hearts, Father, according to their personal needs. And bless Robbie as he leads us this evening, and help us all to praise you, Father, through him. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, Robbie, so back to you. Everybody have this really great evening. Good night.
All right. Nice message, Pastor Chuck, as always. Thank you so much for that, and it's good to have you back, my brother. Let's make this a happy day. Oh, we've got some amens in the house. Anna says amen. Bob Sneed says amen. Thanks, Pastor Chuck, praying for your healing. And Dominic Maglio, my new buddy, says amen, as does Debbie Warner. All right, guys. Well, let's make this a happy day, and let's make this a happy day. This is the Trinity Praise Team, and singing, well, you can guess it, I guess. Here it goes.
Hey. Happy day. Hey. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus washed. When Jesus washed. Oh, when he washed. When Jesus washed. When Jesus washed. When Jesus washed. He washed my sins away. Oh, happy day. It was a happy day. Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
When Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed.
Oh, when he washed.
When Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed.
He washed my sins away.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day. He taught me how. He taught me how. Oh, to watch and pray. My Lord, good God, watch and pray. Oh, yeah. And his rejoicing. Every day. Every day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day. Happy day. Oh, happy day.
When Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed. Oh, when he washed. When Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed. He washed my sins away. Oh, happy day. It was a happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. day.
Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day.
Oh, was a happy day.
Was a very happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
When I get to heaven, I'm gonna jump and shout. There'll be nobody there who can turn me out. Yeah. Gonna be a happy day. Gonna be a happy day. Gonna be a happy day. Thank God, a happy day. Oh, happy day.
Indeed, oh happy day. Amen. That's such a cool song. And it's and I love to see when hit records talk Christian songs become hit records. It doesn't happen all the time. We did a song in church last week. Jesus is still all right with me. Jesus is just all right with me. And that was a big hit for the Doobie Brothers. Kind of cool when that kind of stuff happens. And there's so many great examples of those kind of songs. And that would be really cool. That's something I should kind of push towards here. Well, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. Yeah, it's easy for me to say. As I said, we had a wild and woolly weekend. Friday night, Shar says, nice shirt. Yes, this is from the Cavern Club in Liverpool. Of course, if you watch the show at all, we were in Liverpool a few weeks ago. And we actually did the show from Liverpool, which was kind of fun. I have kind of some cool pictures of that stuff here. Let's look at some Liverpool pictures. Let's digress for a second. Let's go to Liverpool, and of course, if you know, there's at the Cavern Club. You can see it right there. And if you know Liverpool at all, you of course know that that's the home of the Beatles. That's where they got their start. That's where they grew up. And that's where they changed the world pretty much, I guess. Here, let's see if this works here. Oh, and Chris Montez, he's on the back of this shirt, my buddy Chris. There's some more. There's the Cavern Club in Liverpool, and I got a chance to get to know the owner of the Cavern Club, who was so gracious in giving me some stuff here. There's some Beatles stuff. That's the arena that we played. And there's the back of my shirt, and if you look right around the center, you'll see Chris Montez's name. There's some more Beatles. Susie Quattro has also played the Cavern Club, and she was on. And there's Susie, by the way. So that was a lot of fun going to the Cavern Club. Sorry for the digression. Yeah, Cavern Club Ground Zero. That's right. Hi, Lisa. I think I'm your newest favorite friend. Okay. And Shar says, and yeah, that was. So let's get back to this weekend. Yeah, those are some cool pictures, that's for sure. One of the benefits of touring around the country is the fact that I get a chance to see the world, and I don't have to pay for it either. So I get paid to see the world. That's a pretty good gig, that's for sure. And we get a chance to run all over the place. So we went. Hey, J.C. Gafford. We went to, we played Lancaster. Let's get up the Frankie Valley tour schedule here. So we went, let's see if we can find it on the schedule here. August the 9th. No. Oh, that's later. Oh, July 29th. There it is. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. July 30th, Atlantic City. And July 31st. We had quite a little escapade going to Norfolk. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But let's take this. Let's take this to kind of in chronological order. So we went to. Well, I've got some pictures here. So we flew out Thursday night, and notice my shirt. All you Litchfield brothers and sisters, I love that shirt. I love Litchfield. And this is where we played the American Music Theater in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Of course, Lancaster is the home of the Amish, although it's a beautiful area, very artsy, great. We had some great weather. You can see it was kind of overcast. Yeah, JC, hello there. Thanks. And, oh, yeah, Sherry Hammond is saying cool shirt. And Litchfield, because we're going to talk about Robinson Brothers coming back to Litchfield in October, too, so heads up on that. So let's see what we got here. Here's, turn this one on. And then turn this one on. Let's see what else we got here. That's the inside of the theater. Beautiful theater, the American Music Theater. We've played there for decades, actually, every year for decades. And there's on stage at Soundcheck at the American Music Theater. Pam Wee says she's looking forward to October, yes, where we're going to do our fundraiser for the St. Francis Hospital in Litchfield. Pam Weiss, another Litchfieldian. Let's see, where are we here? We're there, and then we go there. Oh, okay. Now, check this out. This was outside of the hotel. It was a really cool kind of artsy hotel. Oh, yeah, Anna's talking about the 1970 version of Frankie Valli doing Oh Happy Day. Yeah, it is super cool. All right, well, now check this out. So this is sitting in the courtyard of the hotel. And maybe Gary will go home for the band night, too. Oh, cool, yeah. Hi, Luann, another classmate of mine from Litchfield, Illinois. But let's see here. We're going to go to, I have this clip. So this is sitting outside of the hotel this is what Jane Martin needs to get at the Litchfield at the Holiday Inn Express. It's our home away from home in Litchfield. Holiday Inn Express in Litchfield, Illinois. Check this out. Hold it. That's not what I was supposed to play. Okay, I do have a video clip. Let me see if I can do this. Hang with me a minute. Let's see if I can do this on the fly. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's the pictures. Okay, where's that clip? Okay, we're going to go back over here to the clips. Bear with me as I have to deal with stuff. Okay, this is not the clip.
Yeah. And rolling.
Okay, I found the clip. Thanks for bearing with me on that. So this is me sitting down at that piano. We're waiting to go to the gig, and there's a piano in the street. You got to play it, and it goes like. Okay, now where did that go? Here it is.
Yeah. And rolling.
Oh, yeah.
Where are we, Robbie?
We are in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Of course, this is the home of the Amish, and only the Amish would have such a colorful piano in their town at the hotel, at the Lancaster Arts Hotel.
Oh, right on. There you go, Jerry Lee. Jerry Lee Lewis
Hey, baby.
Jr.
So that's not what you expect at every hotel. Okay, Jane Martin, I hope you're watching, because that's what you need at the Holiday Inn Express, Litchfield, Illinois. So let's get back to those pictures that we were looking at in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Well, there's that piano. Here we go. Then that's the theater. Beautiful theater. Beautiful theater. You notice my trusty Hammond organ there. And there's the theater just as people are coming in. And that's the last. Let's see if I've got some. I don't think I have any videos from that, but one of the cool things is the fact that people are always. Ann Jackson says, check out the shirt. Of course, Ann Jackson is one of the head honchos over at the Litchfield Museum and Route 66 Welcome Center, which is what my shirt says, of course, on that. Here, let's see if we can go back to that. Oop, no, it's not that one. Is it this one? Yeah, there it is. And actually, I have let's see. There it is again. I like that shirt. I have 3 colors of that shirt. Carla has those shirts too. So let's play a Frankie Valli. Let's see what I got in the video. Here is this is something that I have not played much. Pete Les, you need to donate the piano to the Litchfield Holiday Inn. That's not a bad idea. Dodgers up 4-1. Wow. That's good. They're playing the Giants too. And tonight is the last day of tomorrow is the end of the trade deadline. So if anybody's going to get Juan Soto, this amazing player, they're going to have to go out and get him, I guess. I don't know what time. It's probably 5 o'clock tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'll have to find out. But let's go back to a Frankie Valli thing. I played some stuff last week, but I thought I would go back. This is Royal Albert Hall, and this is us doing My Girl. We do a medley of My Girl and Groovin'. The My Girl by The Temptations, Smokey Robinson, my Uncle Smokey, and Groovin' by the great. Hold on one second. Hold on. Hey there. Hey, look it. Hold on. I'm going to bring you onto the show, you guys. Look who's just. There is Sarah Nimitz and my buddy, the organist from Yankee Stadium. Hey, guys, how you doing? Awesome. How'd the Yankee game go? Here, can you? I'm holding my phone up to. Yeah, try it. See if that works. Let's see if we go here. That's about the same. Yeah, it's looking good though. The Yankees won. Who are you playing tonight? How did Paul do on the organ? On the mighty Hammond organ at Yankee Stadium. Now, is Ray Negron around, or did he take off? He's a busy guy, that Ray Negron. Oh, what I need to do is I hope that they're hearing you out there, Sarah. Hold on a second.
Hello. Go
I'm going to hold you up by the phone here. Well, here, I'll do this.
Are you still going to put me on if I say go Yankees?
Go. Hey, well, I'm a Yankees fan, number 2.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, Janet Java. How great is Robbie?
Both of you guys have been guests on this show a few times.
I think we might have to leave pretty soon.
All right.
I wanted to say hello.
You mean you've got a job to do, Paul? All right, I get it. Well, thanks for checking in from Yankee Stadium. Sarah Nimitz and our buddy Paul from the Yankee Stadium.
All right. We got to run, but bye, Robbie.
Bye. See you later. Ha.
We're getting kicked out.
That's, how crazy is that? That was Sarah Nimitz and Paul. And, of course, I couldn't remember Paul's last name as I was trying to riff there. Somebody help me out. Paul. I know Paul. He's my dear buddy, but my brain sometimes goes left and I go right. Oh, Anna says you couldn't hear. At least I can't. All right. Well, that was Paul. That was Paul, the organist from Yankee Stadium. Somebody's going to square away the name for me, his last name. And Paul. Paul. Oh, well. And of course, Sarah Nimitz. Paul Cartier. Thank you, Anna. Paul Cartier is the organist at Yankee Stadium. And tonight I know that Ray Negron set it up for Sarah Nimitz, who's doing a residency in New York, to go to the Yankee Stadium. And that was kind of cool that they checked in from Yankee Stadium. That was kind of cool. We're gonna have to look. We're gonna have to play a Sarah song pretty soon. As a matter of fact, yeah. Let's. I was gonna play a Frankie song. Let's get a Sarah Nimitz song. As a matter of fact, you know, we've done a lot of collaborations of a lot of different kinds of things. Of course, we've done our series of baseball stuff as well. But we did a Tony Orlando show. We did a Tony Orlando song, and I know that you know this song, and this is with Sarah Nimitz and our dear buddy Richie Gajate Garcia, and I think you'll know this song.
Hey boy, what you doing down there? Dancing alone every night. Well, I live right above you. I can hear your music between us come apart. Oh, my darling, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. Twice on the pipe if the answer's no. I'm a sweetness. It means you meet me in the hallway. Twice on the pipe means you ain't gonna show. When this old world starts getting me down and people are just too much for me to face, I climb way up to the top of the stairs and all my cares just drift right into space. Knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. Twice on the pipe if the answer's no. Oh, my sweetness means you'll meet me in the hallway. Twice on the pipe means you ain't gonna show. You ain't gonna show. You ain't gonna show.
All right. We did that. That was pandemic video. And, of course, Sarah not only sings and does an amazing job with that, but she also is amazing with those videos. She created that video. But we did that during the pandemic. And I'll tell you what, Tony Orlando, who did that song, has been so gracious. I'm going to put in a shameless plug here. This is what Tony was on this show that I know of recently, and this was a shameless little plug that he did for me. So thank you, Tony, for saying all these beautiful things. I'm going to share it with you. Just well, here, check this out. Well, I thought I had it. Darn it, my brain is not. I'm still. I still have jet lag from flying across the country today. Let me see where'd you go, Tony? There it is. Here it is.
A great storyteller. Robbie Robinson is here, and he sends his wishes. He said hello as well. Of course,
go see his show. He has a great podcast also.
Yes, and he's the music director for Frankie Valli too. We were just chatting earlier today, and I was telling him that you're on. He says, "Oh, give him my love as well."
He's a lovely man. He is one of the most talented, I mean, super talented musicians on the planet.
Robbie,
if you've ever watched his podcast, he has a young lady that he works with, and he does all this recording in his studio. When you watch him play that keyboard, it's almost, I mean, I've seen it with Frankie, but when he does it on his show, and he has the freedom to go all different ways, Robbie Robinson, if you're watching, there's only one of you. Never to be another. You're incredible.
He really is. Absolutely. Somebody, and he's here, and he was a guest on the show recently, and he played, and it just knocked my socks off. You are so right, Tony. And it's one of the nicest guys as well, yeah. Like you know.
Thank you.
All right, guys, the check's in the mail. It really, thank you for that. And we love doing that Tony song. And we've got a bunch of kind of things in the works here with Tony. Tony is such a talented guy and a great guy and a Christian brother, and is kind of cool, that's for sure. Let's see what else we got here. Senior B says, yeah, Sarah just watched the Yankees with thanks to Ray. Yeah, Ray Negron, I know, I think set up her to go to the Yankee game tonight. My buddy David Schneider from Litchfield is in there in the house. Even Steve Vaccaro. Now, you know, we do a show called Reach Out with Ray and Steve, and we do that every Wednesday night, and it's where baseball meets music, and it's a really, and then we all come together for community. It's really a cool show, and we have all kinds of baseball guests and musician guests, and it's really a fun thing. You got to check it out. It's on at 7 p.m. Reach Out. And just Google that, or you can go to my website and track it down. The chapter's wrapped with Steve Vaccaro, and it's on Tampa radio station and all kinds of stuff. And Steve is my buddy, and it's so Steve and Ray, Steve Vaccaro and Ray Negron and I host the show, and, man, we have a lot of fun. Sarah's a Yankee fan now. I doubt that, Steve. Come on now. She's a Cubs fan for all perpetuity, I think. You're not going to get that Cubs hat off of her hat. She's like me. I like the Yankees second. I'm Dodger blue all the way, but I am rooting for the Dodgers and the Yankees to be in the World Series this year. All right, so I was going to play some Frankie. So check this out. Here's a Frankie thing from when we were in Royal Albert Hall, 3-4 weeks ago, whenever that was. And that was with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, I might add. Oh, by the way, I see somebody else, an old buddy of mine, is on board here, Rich Lang. And if you're from the Litchfield area or anywhere there in southern Illinois or anywhere in Illinois, you'll remember his band called The Guild. What a band. Oh, what a band. Man, they were great. And Rich was one of the primary forces in that band, singer, guitar player, and he's a talented guy, and he still sounds great, still putting out records. And Michael McDonald was in that band at one time, and they've had a bunch of very great alumni. But okay, so here's Frankie Valli. This is us. This is us doing that medley that I was going to talk about. My Girl and Groovin'. This is with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. Check this out. And it's a nice chance for the strings here, too.
Sunshine on a cloudy day.
So that was I'll tell you what, those were some epic concerts over at thank you, Senior B. That's one of the things too I love. I like to say it's like eating ice cream when I get a chance to write orchestra arrangements, and especially when you're going to have an orchestra play them that are world-class musicians like the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. That was really, really a kick. So let's go back into this past weekend. So we ended up, we played Friday. No. What did we play? Friday night, yeah, in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Then we moved over to, went to Atlantic City. And I've got some pictures here from Atlantic City. There's out, and they have a great arena, performing arts arena there in Hard Rock Live. We were at Atlantic City at the Hard Rock Casino. This is Hard Rock Live, and they've got, it's a great venue. And we've been playing there for the last few years. We used to play the Borgata we've been playing Atlantic City, and I'll talk about this in a minute, since 1978 or 79, the first year that they had gambling. And they just had one casino at that time, and it was the Resorts International. And we used to play there right when they first started gambling there. And we've been playing in Atlantic City since I've been with Frankie, those 43, 44 years since they started gambling. Let's see what else we got here. Then we've got, so this is at the entrance of the venue. And there's all these hard rock guitars and stuff. It's really kind of cool because everything in the Hard Rock Casino is all rock and roll, all kinds of historic things in there. And now that's the stage setup. I thought that you guys might find that interesting. I saw them setting up, and I thought it's a long way from playing the Moose in Litchfield, that's for sure, and carrying the Hammond organ up the stairs. But now they have forklifts and stuff to do that. That's them setting up the stage in the arena. They do this for one show, too. Isn't that amazing? There's some more of the setup, the load-in. Everything comes by a tractor-trailer truck, and all our gear runs around the country like that. Let's see what else. So there's some more setup from the side of the arena. It's a really cool arena, too. It's not real deep. Let's see what else. Okay, now they have the stage set up and the lights and the PA stuff hung up, and they've got the big the video monitor walls up there on the corners, and then those are two big video screens behind us that they show a lot of different kinds of stuff. Let's see here. What else I got? Oops. Get back over here. Now that's before the show. That's kind of from the back of the stage. Oh, and my buddy came out, and I had a chance to hang out. You know what, and I've said this before, but it's so true for me personally. When you get to hang with your heroes, and this guy is Vinnie Martell. Vinnie is the guitar player from the band Vanilla Fudge. And if you know me at all, you know that Vanilla Fudge were great inspirations for me, particularly Mark Stein, who is the organist. And I remember seeing these guys in 1968 in Lebanon, Illinois, at, I think it was McKendree College, I think is the name of the college there in McKendree, in Lebanon. And this band was just one of the amazing bands, especially, I mean, check, their opening act used to be Led Zeppelin. And they toured with Hendrix and all these bands, and of course, I wonder if I don't know if I can play it without. So I'm not doing that at all. So. Just. Whatever. I used to be able to play that song. I can't hear it in my head right now. But yeah, they were on Ed Sullivan. They were one of the biggest groups in the world, and they should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I'm going to do everything I can do to get them in. As a matter of fact, Tommy John is another thing. We can digress in the Baseball Rock Hall of Fame, too. But so this is my buddy Vinnie Martell. We're going to be doing some stuff together. Somebody asked me, Linda Malding says, I know you've done so much arranging. Do you do all the arrangements for the orchestrations playing with Frankie? The answer is yes. I do all the orchestrations, and I conduct the orchestra, and that's always fun for me. Frankie told the crowd he was in the house. That's right. So, Joseph, you were there at the concert, obviously. Yeah, Frankie introduced Vinnie Martell. Let's see here. And that's Vinnie and I, and that's Vinnie's wife, Peg. Vinnie and I. And Vinnie is a Christian brother, too. And we're actually working on a song together right now as we speak. One of these days we'll get that finished. Now, that's after the show. Now, that's with a gang that was hanging out there. And these people, that is right above my head. That is Bob Goldstein and his wife. Now, Bob Goldstein owns and founded a company called Maryland Sound, and at one time they were the biggest sound company in the world. He got his start in a van going around being the sound company for Frankie back in the 60s, and it's still one of the biggest in the world. And that's Bob right above my head, Bob Goldstein, and his son Todd also is a sound engineer. His son Todd is the front of house engineer for Three Dog Night. And he used to be with Michael McDonald and everybody. But that's Bob. And Bob toured with us for years, also doing sound. And, of course, in the middle there, that's Peg and Vinnie Martell again. And the guy to the gray-haired young man with the blue shirt and with the lady and with her white top on, that is Bob Gaudio's son, Shannon Gaudio. And they were at the show too, and it was fun to see Shannon. Bob has been working on this Neil Diamond musical that's going to be coming out pretty soon. Let's see what other pictures we got here. That didn't change. How about this? That didn't change. How about this? Okay, that's the same group. Another picture. Okay, this is fun. This is one of the bits that they have they have costumes and pictures and all kinds of paraphernalia. Yeah, DJ Peck says, you keep me hanging on as a killer tune. I'll tell you what, and Vanilla Fudge is still touring. 3 of the original Mark Stein. We'll go back to that picture a minute. Mark Stein, Vinnie Martell, Carmine Appice on drums, and the original bass player was Tim Bogert, who passed away a couple of years ago. And but 3 of the 4 are still touring, and they've got a great new bass player named Pete Bremy, and they rock, man. So back to Frankie's purple suit. Frankie used to wear this. I remember in those days. This was probably the 80s or something like that. Let's see here. Then we got, and here's a plaque there's Dominic. Here's a plaque on that purple suit. So Frankie Valli, Newark native. Frankie Valli is unquestionably among the most gifted and influential artists the Garden State has ever produced. Because when he come, and one of the things he mentioned, I'm home. New Jersey is my home. As a solo artist and with his group, The Four Seasons, Frankie enjoyed massive successes for over 5 decades. Hits like Sherry, Big Girls Don't Cry, Walk Like a Man helped define the early 60s, while his work on the 1978 film Grease made Frankie an icon to a whole new generation of fans. He wore this suit on stage while performing with the Four Seasons in the 80s. Yes, and I remember that so well. I remember that so well, that suit. And the next picture, check this out. There's Dominique, who is, are you watching still, Dominique? Now, Dominique is a regular on our show, and I saw him, Dominique Maglio, and I was setting up my keyboard situation, and he came up to the stage, and we had a chance to talk and chat a little bit, and he's amazing because he was throwing back quotes of mine all over the place, so he really pays attention, that's for sure. Oh, there you are. Hey, Dominique. Yeah, buddy, it was really nice to hang out with you and to get a chance. I met your girlfriend, I think it was, and Lisa, I remember her was her name, and then I saw you. You were right there in second or third row during the show, and I was able to see you, seeing you singing out on "Can't Take My Eyes Off You" and clapping along on all those songs. So that was really nice to get a chance to meet you, Dominique, and I appreciate you watching. Yeah, Lisa, I appreciate you watching Jammin' Java with us all the time, brother. Let's see. So that's Dominique. Let's see if I got some more pictures here. Let's see here. We've got this. Come on. I got to hit the right buttons. Or let's see what we got here. Okay, and then the show is over, and as you saw on all the loadouts, then we have to load in. I mean, we have to load, after all the load in, we have to load out, and there they are loading up the truck. The good news is I don't have to carry all that gear like I used to back in the days. Actually, although Dave Schneider, who's watching, he did his share of being a roadie for our band, the Far Cries, back in those days, huh, Dave? There they are. There's some more of the loadout stuff. It takes quite a crew, that's for sure, these days to put on one of these shows. There they are. And that guy driving the forklift, his name is Daryl. I've been working with him for decades. He's Jackson Browne, great song, The Loadout, Stay. Yeah, that's right, Jackson Browne. And we do Stay in the show as well. I wonder if I have a copy of that here. Oh, and there's again, that's the entrance to the arena. Hard Rock. So it looks like the end of those Atlantic City pictures. It was so much fun. So we were talking about the 80s, and I thought we would go back in time a little bit. It's fun to... Robbie, the current band is awesome. 2 great guitarists, Pittsburgh, November, see it. Yeah, we do have some great guitar players in our band, no question about it. Basil Fung, who is a... By the way, today, let me see if I was going to try to get some pictures and even maybe to get Basil on the show, but Basil, we just traveled, and his back went out this weekend. It was kind of a drag for him, that's for sure. I'm going to go here. Let me do something. Let me do some machinations here. I'm going to go over here. And, yeah, and it's Basil Fung's birthday today. I'm not sure how old he is. I suspect he's close to 19. Let's see if this is it. Okay, and here, and Basil just texted on our band group text. Here, I'm going to throw this into the show. Let's see if I can get this in here. There's Basil Fung. And that's today, I think. Because he just sent it in. And that's Basil's wife, Tammy. They've been married for about 1 year. And so Basil Fung, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Basil. Happy birthday, Basil. That look on his face, oh, Lord. Well, you know what? Let's talk some birthdays because it was another buddy of mine's birthday this week. Let's go back over here. Marty Brenneman. Marty Brenneman is a dear friend, and he was the announcer for the Cincinnati Reds for decades. DJ Peck says, I've heard stories about the Far Cries. I was in a band with Paul Matika, who was in the Far Cries with us. Yes, Paul is my buddy. And we're back in the days when the Guild was playing around, too, over at the Coliseum and all those kind of play, all around Southern Illinois. Well, here's for Marty Brenneman. Marty Brenneman is the announcer for the Cincinnati Reds since, well, he was. He retired about 3 years ago. Well, I don't think it was, I think it was the 29th, to tell you the truth. But Marty Brenneman is a dear buddy, and he's over in Scotland celebrating with his wife this, and he's been on the show a few times. We'll have him back again. Dear friend, baseball genius, and he was, like I said, the announcer for the Cincinnati Reds from 1973 until about 2 or 3 years ago. And I'll tell you what, when you're a baseball announcer for a community, like Vin Scully was out here, like Jack Buck was in St. Louis, like so many great baseball announcers, you become like best friends with the baseball audience because you're basically spending 3 hours a night getting to know each other. And it's really kind of a special bond, and it's fascinating to me. But I have the greatest respect for Marty Brenneman. He's in the Baseball Hall of Fame, as he should be. Marty Brenneman, happy birthday, brother. Let's see if I can, there was another birthday, though, too. My grandson, Luke. My grandson, Luke's birthday, and he was 9 years old. And when I talked to him on his birthday, I asked, how old are you? And he said, 19, just like you. So I love that. And so I had the guys, Frankie's Singers, send a little special birthday greeting to Luke. Here, check this out.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Luke. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, buddy.
Hey, Luke.
Happy birthday. 19. Yeah.
Yeah. To happy birthday, Luke. And he loves baseball too. So let's go back in that time machine I was talking about. We were going to play some old Frankie. Last week we were talking about my breath controller. And here's a good example of I was using this breath controller for the last 30 years at least. And this is from 1992. And here's the video that I accidentally started to play, but here it is. Silence is Golden, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, and you'll notice that there are a couple other Litchfield guys in this video.
she'll be the last one to know. Silence is golden, but my eyes still see. Silence is golden, golden, but my eyes still see. Silence is golden, golden, but my eyes still see. Silence is golden, right. Silence is golden, golden, but my eyes still
How about my guys? Yeah. Are you ready for some more hits out there? All right. Now let me everybody say yeah.
Those were the days. Yeah, DJ Peck. So that breath controller is, and I still use that in the show. And DJ Peck just mentioned I had a breath controller I use with my DX7. And that's what it is. That's exactly. I have it right here. See if you can see it here. And it's, and you can connect it with synthesizer sounds and with certain settings, of course. And the louder you play, like this, let's see here. The louder you blow. In other words, if I play a note, it's a very quiet sound, but as I blow, in a better key here. And what you do, and it allows you to be kind of expressive, like a saxophone player would, or a woodwind player, or wind player of some sort, because as opposed to just playing a piano thing, where you're playing. It doesn't have that kind of nuance, but with a breath controller, it allows me to be a little more expressive, especially for monophonic single note kind of lines. And then you couple that with the wheels. I have two wheels over here on my left hand. One changes the pitch and makes it go up and down like this. And so I was just holding one note on the keyboard. And then if you couple that, you can bend into notes like a guitar player would. And then the other thing you do is you add vibrato with the modulation wheel, which is this. And now listen what happens as I add the pitch kind of flutters like a vibrato. Well, it is a vibrato. So between this breath controller making it go loud and soft and the pitch bend wheel making the pitch go up and down, and the vibrato being with the mod wheel, the modulation wheel, then you can kind of be more expressive than just playing single notes, So that's this thing here. Let me unhook this here. So this is the Yamaha breath controller. These things go back to the 80s from DX7s, and I've tried different ones, and I keep going back to this one because it's the one that feels most natural to me. Yamaha breath controller, and it hooks up to the synthesizers, whatever. And I use it at every concert. And so DJ Pex, is that the original Moog Model D? Yes, if that is. If you can look back behind me here. Yeah, I have a museum of all kinds of great vintage gear. That is a Mini Moog Model D. I think it's from 71 or 72. I bought it from Bob Heil, Ye Old Music Shop in Marissa, Illinois. And below that, there's a Roland Phantom. But right over here is this Oberheim Modular 8-voice, which is a classic polyphonic, one of the very first polyphonic synthesizers. So, sorry, we're talking a little shop here. And Senior B, does the keyboard? Yes, it does have aftertouch, and it depends on how you program the aftertouch, what that affects. So, well, there you have. Let's play some more music here. What else? Well, actually, let's do this. Check this out, you guys, then we'll talk about it. I've got this somewhere. I have too many videos here to show, and they're all in in this lineup of orders of, still looking. Oh, maybe I don't have it. Oh, here it is. Check this out.
It's now time to go all the way back when we were just four guys hanging out on the street corner in Newark, New Jersey, singing songs like
Saturday at 4:30 on WIES.
So let me see if I can get into the picture here. And how do we do this? Right here. There we go. There I is. So as you'll see here, we'll make this, move this over. Move this guy over here. Sure we will. Make me smaller. Put it up there. So the Frankie, oh gosh. Now, Anna just caught something. Valley is spelled wrong. I mean, how's that for a promo? That's horrible. That's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I didn't even pick. Well, I just saw that this evening here. I went online. So what we are, this PBS special that we've already done the special. So this is the local markets putting up their promo stuff, and it's coming out, I guess, this month in various markets. This month and next month, and so keep me posted, you guys. I don't know where and when it's going to be playing. It's going to be the definitive Frankie Valli concert. We've done a few through the years. You saw that one from the 90s, a concert video. But this one that we did, they had 10 cameras shoot. We had an amazing director, Jerry Foley, who was the director of the David Letterman show for 25 years. The band was killing. The sound is great. I got to mix the sound, mix the audio, and so I'm really happy. Yeah, Lisa, I'd fire the proofreader. You know what? That is so wrong. That is amazing. I can't wait to tell Dean, our tour manager, about this. But nevertheless, check out so the name of the show is Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons: A Life on Stage, and that this clip here. Let's see. That's kind of the logo of the show. Well, here, let's get it. A Life on Stage, and it's going to be a great hour long, and then we're also doing a live album. From this show. This was done at the Mohegan Sun in Atlantic City. No, not in the Mohegan. No, hold it. Where was this done? Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. Back in April, I think, is when we shot it. Well, that's not my proofreader, Anna. That's whoever that PBS station. They're the ones who made that mistake. Let's play some more music here. Let's see what I got here. You know what? I've got a cool thing. Jerry Vivino is a buddy of mine, and his daughters are super talented. Let me see where that video is. His daughter, Antonia, and his daughter, I have to think, Antonia and... well, that will come to me, too. But they both came over here, and they both have sung for me, doing record projects, kids' records, and now they've grown out of being kids' stuff. And they came over, this was during the pandemic, and we did this song, what's it called? Part of This World, which is from... I forget the name of the musical that was from. I'm looking for it here and trying to talk at the same time. Come on, where is it? Part of This World. Here it is. Check this out. Now, this is bare bones. This is Antonia just coming in my studio, me playing keyboards, no overdubs, and we just rock and rolled and did this thing, and I said, we've got to do a video. Here it is.
Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here you think, sure, she's got everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's its and what's its galore. You want thingamabobs? I got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. the people are. I wanna see 'em dancing, walking around on those, what do you call 'em? Oh, feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down the, what's that word again? Street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. What would I give if I could live out of these waters? What would I pay to spend a day warm on the sand? Bet you on land they understand, bet they don't reprimand their daughters, bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand and ready to know what the people know. Ask 'em my questions and get some answers. What's a fire and why does it, what's the word? Burn. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore that shore up above? Out of the sea. Wish I could be part of that
Cool. Awesome. That felt pretty good. That felt great.
So that was Antonia Vivino, and she is the daughter of the great Jerry Vivino, saxophone genius, and you've seen him on this show many times. And her sister is Natalia Vivino. Now, and their other sister is Donna Vivino. Now, she's the older sister. And Donna was the lead in Wicked on Broadway, the star of Wicked on Broadway. And then her two younger sisters, Natalia, has been touring with Wicked, playing the understudy for the lead role in Wicked, Elphaba. And then Natalia, who you just heard singing there, she moved out to New York City the beginning of this year, and she's out there to conquer the world. And that whole family is like unbelievably talented. And then, of course, Jerry's brother is Jimmy Vivino, who was the music director on Conan for decades and still is. And they both have played with everybody from Bruce Springsteen to Frankie Valli, of course. And then they have another brother, if you know, from New York area, called Uncle Floyd Vivino, who's had like a Soupy Sales kind of a comedic show. And so they are talented. And Jerry, who lives here in Simi Valley, and his daughters, Natalia and Antonia, they have they sang for me on all kids records and all kind of stuff, and then they kind of grew out of singing on kids stuff, and extraordinarily talented, just extraordinarily talented. So what else we got to? I think we need to do. Let's do. I missed being at church. My church, of course, is Trinity Lutheran Church, our church home, where I'm the minister of music, and I missed being there this Sunday because I was playing in it. Let's go back to some of those pictures. That's what I can do, because I'll tell you here as I find these pictures. The Boardwalk in Atlantic City. Have any of you been out there? That's Sunrise Boardwalk in Atlantic City. And out my window at the Hard Rock Casino there. Just gorgeous. Sunrise over the Atlantic Ocean. Here we go. There's another picture of the sunrise. And another picture of the sunrise, and another picture. That's Resorts over there. Was the original. It was an old hotel, and that was the original place for gambling in Atlantic City. Started in 78 or 79. There again, the sunrise. Oh, and there's outside. I had to get outside on that afternoon, at least spend a half an hour on the boardwalk. And that's in front of the Hard Rock Casino. And that's the view of the ocean and from the boardwalk and that Ferris wheel. Did I go on the rides? No, didn't make the rides. You know, Frankie goes back to playing in Atlantic City at the Steel Pier, which is right behind us. Well, that Ferris wheel is part of the Steel Pier. They used to have a diving horse part of the show. Frankie used to do 6 shows a day back in the 60s with the group. And the diving horse. And there's the beach. That's about as close as to the water I got. And there again, there's some more beach. That's Resorts. We started playing there, like I said, in 1978 or 79. That was the only game in town, no pun intended, back in Atlantic City in those days. There's the boardwalk. The boardwalk in Atlantic City. So we played Atlantic City Saturday night, and then we got up Sunday morning to go to where did we go? It's where I was this morning, to Norfolk, Virginia. And we were supposed to take a private plane. The bus took the majority of the band down to Norfolk, Virginia. And Frankie and I and the tour manager and a couple of the other guys in the band were on the private plane, and we were supposed to leave at 10:30 in the morning to fly down to Norfolk to do the concert. Well, there was a problem with the plane, so they had to delay. So we did not leave Atlantic City till 6:15, and the show was supposed to start at 7 o'clock. So when you leave Atlantic City, even in a private plane, you can't get there for a downbeat of a show at 7 o'clock. So Dean Egnader, our tour manager, scrambled with the agency, and they got a comedian to open the show. We got there, and the show started. Our portion of the show started about 8 o'clock. Basically, we flew in, zoomed straight to the gig, and went right on the stage and rocked out. And that was last night. And then got up this morning and flew back to Cali here. And so that was what that was. And I thought I would play a song. Check this picture out. This has nothing to do with anything, but it was amazing to me. I don't know if you know though who those guys are. Obviously, from the picture, they're not musicians. That's Lou Gehrig on the left. That's Babe Ruth on the right. And I think maybe the point of this picture is we all have certain gifts and talents. God gives every gift and talent very unique individual gifts. Some people are singers. Some people are musicians. Some people are teachers. Some are preachers. Some are doctors, lawyers, and Indian chiefs. Some are baseball players. But all gifts are unique and individual, and use your gift. And Dominic says 2 of the best. They were. And Babe Ruth is probably the greatest that ever played the game. So I found that picture fascinating. I just thought I'd put it up. And here's another one that I found fascinating, too. This is the Allman Brothers. Now look at that stage setup. That was quite different from our stage setup, although they do have a trusty Hammond B3 right there. Now, one of the big differences there is that that was really before they put all the instruments in the PA. All the instruments in those days basically came from all those giant amplifiers and multiple speakers. And that's pretty cool stuff, actually. I don't know. I don't think that's a Fillmore. That looks like an outdoor thing. You see the two Leslies stacked on each other. I used to do that all the time. So let's, I thought I would play a song by my buddy Tony Galla, and who sang with us at Trinity Lutheran recently. Debbie Wardner says her husband is related to Babe Ruth. Wow, how cool is that? We had his granddaughter on the Reach Out show one time, too, which is Babe Ruth is the greatest of all. So I've got a couple songs here, Tony Galla. Let me see what I got here. And Tony is a dear friend of mine. He was, I think, the first guest we ever had on Jammin' Java. And this is actually one of my wife Carla's favorite songs, Midnight Cry. This guy can sing, man. I tell you what, he is one of the greats. And he's going to be singing with us around once a month now. He lives in Boise, Idaho, but he comes back to California on a regular basis, and he's going to sing with us at Trinity at least once a month. Check this out. Tony Galla.
I hear the sound of a mighty rushing wind, and it's closer now than it's ever been. I can almost hear the trumpet as Gabriel sounds the call, and at the midnight cry we'll be going home. I look around me, I see prophecies fulfilled, the signs of the times, they are appearing everywhere. I can almost see the Father as he says, son, go get my children. And at the midnight cry, the bride of Christ will rise. When Jesus steps out on that cloud to call God's children, all the dead in Christ shall rise to meet him in the at the midnight cry. Oh, at the midnight cry. Yes, at the midnight cry. cry. Oh, when Jesus, Jesus, Jesus steps out on that cloud to call God's children, all the dead in Christ shall rise to meet Him in the air. Then those that remain, they shall be quickly changed. They will be changed in a moment. And at the midnight cry, oh, at the midnight cry, at the midnight cry, we'll be going home. We'll be going home, going
Amen. Man, Tony just kills it. That to answer your question, JC, that is Tony Galla. Tony Galla. You can find him at tonygalla.com. And he's a bad motor scooter, and he's been my buddy for 30-plus years. We've been making. He's from Buffalo, New York originally, but he's been living out here in California, and he moved to Boise about a year ago, and he still comes back into California to do stuff on a regular basis. Yeah, and so I think that's a good note to close on. I think I haven't said anything about the Robinson Brothers Homecoming. I'll just put in another little plug for that if I can find the plug deal here. Oh, Lord, here, let me see. Robinson Brothers. By the way, you can find anything related to me is on RobbieRobinsonMusic.com. That's the best place to do anything that I do. Anything you see here, anything that I do. Of course, I need to keep it up a little more because I'm been so busy. We've been we did 2 weeks of 6 shows in 6 cities, and it's been a busy, busy time, that's for sure. Let's see where the Robinson Brothers stuff is. Here it is. We got that little beat behind us. October 7th and 8th, get ready. Robinson Brothers Homecoming Concert with our all-star band. And we're going to be getting closer. As we get closer, I'll be able to disclose. But we're going to have an amazing band. And by the way, Sarah Nimitz is going to be coming back there. Let's see here if I've got... and Chris Montez is going to be back there with us. Richie Garcia. Sarah's going to be there, as I mentioned. There's some of the horn players that we had before. Bones Malone. I'm not sure who all is going to. We're still putting together the lineup, but it's going to be an amazing, amazing show. So you can come around to Litchfield, Illinois, the beginning of October for the Robinson Brothers Homecoming. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching Jammin' Java and hanging out with me here on Jammin' Java every Monday night, 7 o'clock California time. And I don't know what we'll do next week. Who knows? I know Ronnie Foster is going to be a guest sometime soon, maybe next week. Dominic, great to see you, my friend, and it was really, really, really cool to get a chance to talk with you and hang out with you a little bit. And who else? What's her name? Well, we've got a whole bunch. Oh, John Michael Marty, WSMI Radio is on. Cool. Well, let's take it out. By the way, a lot of people wonder what that theme song is, and that's a song that just happens to be on this Robinson Brothers Coming Home CD that we did a few years ago for coming home, and it's called Island Winds, and it's a song I wrote a long, long time ago, but I've always liked it, and it's kind of become it's kind of become a theme song here, obviously. So you can listen to it if you go on RobbieRobinsonMusic.com, I guess, or go on Spotify and all those kind of things. Help me get the word out. I sure need y'all for that, that's for sure. All right, y'all, good night. God's big blessings to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for spending some time with me on Jammin' Java, and I'll see you next Monday night, 7 o'clock California time. Go Dodgers.